welcome back everybody. Picking up today out of the local airport, Spokane Airport, Southwest Airlines. A TV, 65-inch TV going to an AT&T store in Kalispell, Montana. So the trip is going to be sightful, to say the least. I'm almost there, so we'll grab that TV and we'll get going. Weather's still beautiful here, even though it is already mid-October. We're still good, so enjoy all the views that you guys are going to get today, because soon it might be rain and snow. Today when I was bidding this load, broker was negotiating with me for like half an hour, and when you know that it's more than once, the email comes back to you more than once. Like if he answers once and then if he answers you some other time, that means there's no other options they got. Or maybe, but usually in my opinion, in my 9-year experience so far, that means broker does not have any other option, and then it's at your mercy, and you know, whatever they got into the load type of thing. So the load pays $650, 250 miles one way, 250 back empty is what it's going to be, because Kalispell, Montana is not going to have a loadout. So those of you guys who are inexperienced and have an inexperienced dispatcher that ever sends you to really anywhere in Montana, it's a one-way trip, so you got to get out somewhere from there, and your miles better be all paid, otherwise someone's taking advantage of you, and maybe not knowingly, but either way you're being taken advantage of. Maybe it's an inexperienced dispatcher, inexperienced company you're working with, or they just simply don't care about you. You're just a number to them and not a human being. But us, when we send somebody out to Montana or any other real dead zone, we bid the load as a round trip. If we can get it, great. If we can't, hey, nobody cries about it, because it's not worth for the driver to be sitting there for a week or two or whatever. We don't know how long it takes. It could be a month, it could be 2 weeks you're going to sit there, whatever it would be. So I know what I'm doing, been doing it for 9 years, and yeah, nothing will change that part. It comes with experience, guys. Anywhere you go, for whatever rate you get to go there for, that's all up to your dispatch in the end. All right, we're almost here. Southwest is just right over there. Here's our little Spokane area, cargo area. We got UPS over there, Alaska right there, United right here, and then Southwest is over there. And really the only place I've really been picking up at is Southwest all the time. I think one of our guys picked up at Alaska recently, not too long ago, a couple weeks ago, and besides that I've actually never picked up in Alaska before. But here's the TV, bubble wrapped. It's been dragged around here. Bottom of it's been dragged around. I don't know where it's been dragged around, but here it's all, you know, ripped up. I've inspected it. On the outside everything looks fine. Bubble wrap's a little bit beat up, but besides that, this is what you get when you're ordering shipments to be flown in from somewhere. So probably got lost somewhere, then found, and then now they're paying ridiculous money to fly it and ridiculous money to actually deliver it. So hopefully this TV actually costs what they're paying for the freight cost, because it's going to suck for whoever lost it, messed up on it, that they're going to have to pay for all of this now to reimburse. guys why some people are going to have big questions like, oh man, well, how come it's paying so much? And if it pays so much, then I want to switch companies. I want to come work with you guys, and I want to get paid that much. And I'll drop my semi truck, or I'll drop my box truck, and I'll go grab a Sprinter. And if those are the kind of rates that you're getting, then I'll come work with you. We get a lot of that as is. I don't want to lead anybody on to thinking that this stuff is always this kind of pay. It's not. I sit around enough, and I don't have to really go. You guys know this, the ones that watch the channel all the time. You guys know that I don't have to go. I only go to either to go help a broker out because they don't have any options in the area. I do that, and yes, I do get paid well. That's the other part. The other part is, this is picking up in the middle of nowhere technically, and delivering in the middle of nowhere technically. So it has to pay because it's a one-way trip. And if you don't know that, and you go one way for maybe $300, and you think, wow, man, 250 loaded miles and I'm getting paid $300, awesome pay. And you're gonna be sitting there a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I don't know how long, until there's a load out of there, or until you get tired and go drive empty to Seattle, in which Seattle sucks right now too. The rates are horrible. I don't even feel like sending anybody to the West Coast. Seattle, Portland, everything sucks over there. California is still okay. We're getting people out, but man, Seattle and Portland, yeah, there's a lot less loads. So that's the reason why they're paying that much. The third and final one is, it's not often that they pay this much, because always somehow there's somebody sitting around in our area, either just because they go just because they want to make something no matter what, and they end up sitting no matter where they go, or inexperienced dispatchers, or I don't know what. But a lot of times we bid these loads. This one is a driver assist, so I had to get more for it because I am going to be, taking it inside, and I don't know what I'm dealing with. But after I got addresses, it's a T-Mobile store, so I know that it's not, you're not dealing with anything horrible. But when you're bidding things like this, and they tell you, oh yeah, it's an inside delivery, it's a 65-inch TV, so you're already thinking it's a giant box. Maybe it's going to be a residential. Maybe it's going in a basement where there's no help. Maybe it's going upstairs where you're gonna have to drag it somewhere. Maybe there's no elevator and it goes into some downtown building out there. You're gonna have to drag it through some stairs and make sure you don't bust it up. You don't know nothing because broker doesn't know anything, and they don't tell you anything either, because a lot of times they like to hide what's going on, what the real situation is. So I hope you guys understand that, wherever you're sitting at, I hope you're moving, and I hope, I give my best hopes for everybody. I hope everybody's making money. Maybe somebody's making more somewhere else, maybe somebody's making less somewhere else, but that's just nature of the beast, Whoever you work with, whatever connections they got going on. Our drivers, they don't really sit around, because we don't give those insane rates where there's freight. I give these insane rates. Maybe somebody's gonna say, that's an insane rate for 250 miles, $650. You're getting paid, man, you robbed somebody. No, I did not, because this is a one load out of 2 weeks, and I don't know when the next one will come up. Insurance needs to be paid, and you're still doing maintenance on the vehicle and all that. So even if I do one load a week, or one load every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I charge that much because I can, because if there's nobody here, then they will pay. But if you're in an area like, Phoenix, anywhere in California where there's, production, freight moving in, freight moving out of there, any big city, Atlanta, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City, I mean, I can go on and on and on, and there's major cities in all the states where there's actually production and freight all the time. Nobody pays that much right now in those bigger cities. If this was Chicago, we might have been able to squeeze out $400 for this, maybe maximum. And driver would be getting like $350, and we would be getting like $50 for dispatching them to throw on top of that whatever driver rate. So don't think that this is happening all the time, every time, and it's so easy to get these loads. It's not. It's not. It's because nobody was here. They didn't have any other options. Maybe they lost money. Maybe they were lying. But hey, if it was me and he told me that all I got is $500 into it, I'm breaking even at that point, take it. I wouldn't do it. I would just call the customer and say, hey, listen, customer, for some reason I thought that we could get a cheaper unit, but there's nobody there. The only one there is this guy here. They want $700. We need to make something, so here's my rate. If you want to take it, if not, then maybe that customer of yours can go drive to Spokane for less themselves and pick it up and drive it back. I would just tell my customer that. Be honest, don't lie about anything, and tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. I'm not in the business to lose money. Neither is the broker. So I'm not sure why they're acting like they don't. A lot of times they're saying, oh, I'm losing money. I don't know if that's true or not. If it was me losing money like that all the time, I wouldn't be in business. But these guys are still somehow in business, so I don't know what kind of money they're losing. Maybe it's all a lie. I have no idea. I just don't know, so I'm not going to say anything. In my opinion, honest opinion, is I wouldn't be doing it if I was losing money. I wouldn't be taking this load and covering it. But I don't know how everybody else operates. That's me. Business is business. Business needs to make money. Somebody's got some alcoholic beverage sitting right there. Hopefully they're not drinking and driving. Can't get enough of Montana, people. I can't. Just drove through all the foresty areas, all the mountain areas, all the creek areas. Now we're gonna get out to the pastures with great views. Look at this. From that to this, the scenery is just, from Spokane to Kalispell, it's unreal. Unreal. I know a lot of Montana places are like that, but I've driven through here many times and can't ever get enough of it, seriously. And it's not a boring drive at night either. When it's totally dark, you're dealing with a lot of twists and turns. Yeah, it's dangerous, but you know, so showering in your shower is dangerous. You could slip and fall and your life could be over as well. Same thing with driving at night, driving through windy roads, because you really don't know what's sitting in the middle of the road at 70, 75 miles an hour. This whole right side burned this summer, and this whole left side burned last summer. This you can't even tell on the left. On the right, it's all super green now. So all you can see is just the brown trees that got burned up, but besides that, you can't even tell that there was a fire there. But yeah, the whole thing here came all the way up to the road here. Everything burned. Same with this side. This side burned up as well. You can see the burnt trees up there. Grass keeps growing and you can't even tell anything ever happened. A year goes by and that's it. Same thing just like this side. I think we're here. I just gotta find a door to get into this place. Address is a little bit weird. You guys are only open till 6?
Yeah.
Oh, I barely made it.
Oh, you're fine. We'll just walk through.
Yeah. That's what it says, 65-inch TV. Where do you guys want it? Somewhere back there? Okay. Okay. This way then. Let's cart out of here. Just like this, block his door in. Yeah, if you could. Your first and last somewhere in there. No, they need a first and last name printed.
I'm hilarious.
And the packing slips are, there's 2 of them on the all over there. So, all right, thank you. Yep, have a good day. And that's how you make $650 minus fuel, which is going to cost me maybe like, I don't know. Well, I filled up over here. Full tank cost me like $97 for 400 miles. And this is 500 miles. So, I don't know, let's call it like 130. 130, if you want to call it 150, you can call it 150 if you really want to. So that's minus from the 650. So an easy 500 back in my pocket after all expenses today. Some of you might say, well, what about like, you're not counting oil changes and you're not counting this and that. Guys, oil change for 10,000 miles costs me $127. I do it myself. I buy the oil myself, change it myself, buy the filter myself, all that. So oil doesn't cost that much. You're going to say, well, tires last 75,000 to 100,000 miles, and they cost me, I just ordered these ones, They were like $600 with tax, and then they're going to cost me $12 to get them put on per tire. So I'll be out of there, you know, $50, $55 maybe after tax, and that's it. That's going to last me another 75,000 miles, somewhere around there. So besides everything else, I do all the other maintenance myself, so that I don't have any other expenses that you're going to take out from this. If there is an expense, then you take it out of the load that you just did or load you're going to do. You know, if you do have a breakdown or need parts or something else, then you just, you know, minus it from that load. But basing things off of just, you know, guessing what your expenses are, there's nothing to guess. I don't have a van payment. All I have is insurance payment. And this year, believe it or not, insurance went down for me. Wow. It went down. It went down quite a bit. It used to be $600 per month for my van, and now it's like $478 or $487, something like that. Under $500, which is ridiculously nice. I love it. I'm happy as can be. So, didn't have any kind of accidents on our policy, didn't have any issues, didn't have any claims, cargo claims or anything else, any other kind of claims. So yeah, price went down. God bless you guys. Take care. Let's go home. Here's what Montana looks like. Beautiful Montana. Outside. Still green out here. Still looking good. Nice and sunny still. Just after 6 p.m. So I barely made it here, by the way. On the sign, it's kind of like COVID times. Weird. I looked on Google. Broker said that they were closing at 5 o'clock. And they were kind of mad or something that we weren't making it. But how can we make it with what time we loaded? There's no possible way. So then we just said, you know, 6:30 is the ETA. And I did do my best to speed over here, you know, do my 5 miles an hour over and a little more in some other places just to get here quicker, so they're happy, since they are paying, you know, the big bucks. And then got here, it was like 7 minutes till. It was just by the time I entered their door, and then I asked, hey, is this the right place? Is this, you know, where do I put it? Then go back, grab it, go back inside. So yeah, I within the skin of my teeth, I made it here. I didn't even know. But the sign says, like COVID times, because of staffing, the hours had to change to 6 p.m. now because of staffing. I don't know. People just don't want to work, but then people want to make all the money in the world and want to have all these things and are expecting other people, you know, expecting to live good lives and everything else when they're not working. How is that possible? I don't get it. Anyway, enough jibber jabber. Let's go home. Beautiful, beautiful Montana. Love it. Hey now. Hey. You want to come to Washington with me?